Yeah, yeah.
And doing all that, and
well,
the names, I'll tell you after this.
Yeah.
Because the lad found it all when he was in jail, and deposition things, that named all the top ones, and all the most of them from around here.
Hey Don, can you hear them? Don.
How you done, mate? Great lad, Don.
Can you hear him?
Yes, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Great friends on again, Kev Kelty. Yeah. Right, guys, we're going to start. There's 11 on, the 15 on, so we might as well start. Kevin's back. Kevin, tell the folks where you've been.
Well, literally, I've been helping my son out with advising with the pub and that. My son Jack and he's and we've been getting it decorated and that. So it's been a busy few weeks. And then with the COVID setback and that, and
what was that?
so it's the Leeds Hotel, but they call it Kilty's Bar as well.
Oh, Kilty's Bar, that's better.
So it's starting to pick up. It's good for them, they're learning, they're doing a good job there actually. And the customers are in. You had some really nice people and. Keeping the idiots don't really come in, to be honest with you, for obvious reasons.
You don't want them in, do you?
So they're giving it a wide berth,
I'm getting a job on the door there, so behave yourself.
Yeah, rise the door, yeah. We've had a few good visits from Carl come and see us.
Oh, yeah.
Valley and Sam, they're both looking good. Richard's been in a few times.
Oh, well with the fight, didn't he? Sam
excellent.
The world's strongest man now.
And he's been boxing, training this big Thor for. A lot of years, and Sam decked him twice, and I think he made some good
I think he was told not to knock him out. If Simon went to the knockout, he would have got it, because big difference between bodybuilding and professional boxing and massive.
I think Simon just wanted to prove a point by knocking him down twice without knocking him out. But then again, this Thor afterwards became great friends with Simon, the world's strongest man, who's in the Game of Thrones and that. Right. And he had a Butter shirt on saying up the Butter, so the Butter known worldwide.
Sam could end up in movies and all sorts, because that lad's obviously he's in contact with him also. Good to what God works at Mysterious.
Yeah.
How's Richard been getting on?
Richard's been doing really well. He had 2 races last week, won them. But he's also had a little bit of a groin strain tear, which is slightly concerning, because it's Olympic trials this week. But hopefully he'll be all right. But these things happen.
What is he running now? What races?
Well, this weekend he's running the 200 meters for Olympic trials.
Right.
But he's also part of the A squad for the relay team.
What does that mean?
He's in the A team for the relay squad. It's like a 6-man team,
Right.
And
will that be the 2x200?
No, the 4x100.
4x100,
and he's the third leg. And well, the last time they were unlucky not to be world champions, actually they got world silver champions.
I remember.
And the incoming runner to Richard pulled his hamstring. Luckily, well, normally they got disqualified. Richard was that switched on. He eased off go and got the baton and passed it to the last leg runner. They ran the fastest time ever in European history, not just British history, in European.
How old Richard?
Talking about Limited Christie and all that crowd. So to be one of the the record holders of the European, that's great. The other thing I was going to have a quick chat about was, especially yourself and our friends in Scotland, Falkirk, John, and that, and the other lads in Scotland, was the football match the other night. England v Scotland, you
were lucky of Scotland, they should have won, I thought.
Well, Scotland actually played really well, and England didn't play too well. If I would have my choice, I'd like England and Scotland to go through for obvious reasons. But in respect to the Scotch the other night at the pub, which became a really good funny talking point, and the lads thought I was kidding. We had a big poster put up outside, England v Scotland, kick-off 8 o'clock Friday, and half-time food, haggis. So I got some genuine Scottish Maxwell haggis, and done what everyone loved it. They left the fucking cheese, the English cheddar cheese was left alone. No one wants the English cheddar.
It's cheap stomach, isn't it?
Yeah, and beef tart and all sorts,
all good stuff. But I've never tasted it myself. Because
it's actually tasty, it's nice,
There was another one up there, it's called Stovies, and it's beans, potatoes, mince, onions, and carrots all mixed.
So it is,
and it's a cheap way for feeding a big family, so you're struggling. Probably in some other places called Scouse, or everywhere has that when you make a quick tea, can you?
And in Ireland they have similar, but if you notice all these foods such as what you're saying, they're all very high in calories and energy, aren't they? So even though people weren't qualified in nutrition, and you are feeding give you energy, you know, and
fills you up with it. So it fills you up with a bit of bread and that bit of butter.
Well, what I'd like to know is what kept the weight on and made William Wallace so big, because by all accounts he was a massive bloke, you know, your size, and you know, maybe not your weight, but a really big, tall, powerful man, you know, and you think of them like
the English got it that day, didn't they?
Yeah, well, sorry, the Englishes were out of order there, and at the Battle of Bannockburn, you know,
they got knackered because we only had the little claymores, the Scottish.
Yeah,
they had all the big horses, and they actually got stuck in the mud. That's what got them caught. And they were coming in and getting them, and then the fight when they had the big fight where it was all just mainly kids.
Yeah,
and that's all out of Scotland. There's songs about the kids fighting the English.
But the Battle of Bannockburn was well, I went there when I went to visit the Wallace Monument with Luke when Luke was a kid about 10 years ago, and we went up to see Falkirk John, who lives not far from Bannockburn, and we went in to see the museum and the place where the Battle of Bannockburn was. And you look at it and you look on the film of Wallace, even though it wasn't at there filmed, wherever the film was similar, and just the trees in the background.
Could you feel like they're as if they were there?
I felt spiritually as if you knew what happened there. You know, it was. I'd love to go there again. It was really
I'd like to go there with you.
haunting in a nice way, you know. And Luke, my son, put a replica of the Bruces on, you know. And so we love Scotland. We love Wallace. You know. So England match tomorrow night as well, and Scotland play.
Who do they play tomorrow?
England play Czech Republic, and Scotland play Croatia. So technically, Scotland have still got a chance of qualifying, and you know.
I remember the old days. I used to go with a lad called John. John, can't be second name now. From Scotland, obviously from Scotland, we used to go and he used to look like Sean Connery, and he actually used to do the stunts with Sean Connery. He used to wear the dog as a red cap, and he used to have the cigar, and he used to play golf and everything. And he's on a skiing thing. It's not real, but he's doing a few stunts for him. We went to see when the English were playing, they'd have to have all the police around them because they'd be fighting them, obviously because of the carry on hundreds of years ago. But when the Irish went, the Scots used to just drink with the Irish, and or when the Welsh went, they were all right. But when the English come, they had to separate them from the Scots. You know, it was but that had been a bloodbath.
But you know, going back to the Scottish history and that, I like quite a lot. I love Rob Roy. That's a great film. You know, and obviously William Wallace, Braveheart, a great film. You know, you could have played the part of Wallace. I'd have had to be Irish Stephen, mind you, by the way, you know.
Well, do you know what happened is Black Friday is named Black Friday because the Knights Templar, what the Knights Templar were, they went around for the Catholic Church to try to get things like the Covenant and things like that. So they thought the Pope said they're stealing all the stuff here. So they got a tip off that they were going to kill them on Friday the 13th, Black Friday. So they all went to Scotland and they stayed there for 500 years, you know, generations of them. And they never lost a war once. And when they left, the English come and beat them. For their Knights, that's for the Knights.
It's unbelievable.
But a lot of Scottish really Danes like Bjornsson and Icelandic and Vikings went there because it was easy to grow food compared to where they went. So our family, the McGiverns, go back to the 11th century in the Vikings. I've got a thing somewhere. I'll bring it out next time. I'll bring it. But my Uncle Tam went right the way back to my ancestry, 11th century.
But some great stories about Wallace. I read the book on him, about 600 pages, and they don't realise how violent he was, you know, and you know, when he'd go to people and ask them, you didn't see it all in the film, but and obviously
too brutal to the film.
Too brutal, and apparently he could talk French, couldn't he? You know, and which you seen in the film, So I love Scotland. I intend to go back there soon. Scotch Falkirk Johnson is bringing some quality eggs down for you.
Brilliant.
But anyway, on the other hand, just to other people, this is first time I've been back with Bryce since the night before he went in hospital. And when he first came out of hospital, it looked quite concerning, to be honest with you. And we were all a little bit worried. And then Bram was helping him with the steps and ID and, you know, lots of other people helping, and now he just seems to be getting
that
really
day
back to it.
We were praying, and
Yeah,
I was talking, everyone was nearly crying. It was
Yeah,
like
there
so
was
spiritual,
people,
wasn't it? Everyone's Holy Spirit was
pretty
definitely
tearful,
here.
yeah.
Bram was bad, and
Yeah.
we all were all like sick for it. But God said I'd get through it, and I am getting through it.
The recovery in the last 2 weeks is, week or so I've seen bright.
There's a few of the idiots from
Unbelievable,
the idiot up the road saying he's a dead man walking, calling Marty and me saying waiting for Heaven's Gate or something.
Yeah.
So here I am, walking. Absolutely pathetic.
You just, that idiot, hopefully everyone gives him a wide berth, and
we've been really good. Just not really doing any training, just like stretching.
Yeah.
Emma's never stopped me. Wife, she's absolutely brilliant, been helping me, getting me out of the bed. I'm 20 odd stone. She's pulling me up and getting me down, and it's been really hard. But she's never let me down once.
But healthy wise, you look really healthy now.
I feel good.
I think you just got to not overly push it. You're doing really well. Just do your physio exercises bit by bit.
When they said I was paralysed and you won't walk for 2 years and 3 months, and I went, you never said this before the operation.
I know.
So anyway, I got out the bed, sneaked out the bed, and hands working a lot better now.
A lot better, yeah.
The other one's a bit
lot better,
but it'll get there. But had the physios out, and said it's really strange that the patient knows more than the physios.
Yeah, well, you always did, didn't you? I actually, we know a little bit more than the fucking doctors.
I said to the doctor, he said, I said, you know much about the human body? He said, well, I am a doctor. I said, I said, I can name all the bones. He said, so can I? Said, but I can do them in Latin. He was laughing his head off.
And also, Bri, another good thing he's doing, which I've been, even though I haven't been round here, I've seen him on the Facebook and what have you, getting plenty of daylight, sunlight in, vitamin D, which is good for everyone to get out there, go and sit and look at the trees. Even I was the other day, I was in the car and went somewhere and just sat and watched the green,
It's just great. I mean, Matty Turner's he's been like a rock. He's been picking me up, feeling a bit down some days.
That's good, Matty, yeah, good lad.
Takes me down the countryside. We went to the Gare the other day, we had fish and chips. We just sat there, I said, should be quiet. We all sat quiet. And I thought, listen to the gods, the birds, the waves, the wind blowing. I thought, it's unbelievable.
It's the best
free in it.
Therapy and relaxation in the world. You can go whether it's the seaside, anywhere. It might be in the middle of a cemetery with green trees or whatever, and you can just sit there. Best health and medication.
It does. Your brain just calms down.
So happy and
serotonin just poof.
And realise there's nothing to worry about in life.
What if this happens? What if that?
What if that happens? What if this happens?
What if it doesn't?
A lot of years ago, I used to have probably because of my kids, and I wanted to see them grow up, and there'd been a few times where I'd actually came across people where a couple of them had saved their lives, that had heart attacks or they'd been in the pool and that, and I've got a little bit of phobia about death now. I'm not really scared about it all, because the thing is, what I'm looking forward to about death is when I'm dead, I won't know I'm dead.
No, you don't know.
I won't know I'm dead.
They used to say to me, Duffy used to say, you just don't give a shit, do you? You can get doors in the what if they stood behind the door with a shotgun? I said, well, you can only kill you.
And
he looked at me and crazy. When you're younger, you don't care so much, but you're older, you think about your family, don't you?
You think about your family, you worry about your kids and you
also think
loved ones,
you get up every day, it's another bonus in it, and you go to bed, it's another bonus.
Yeah.
But like you say, there's nothing better than God's creation, the sky, the grass, and the birds whistling. Like this time of day, we sit up the back. I got to make upstairs and lay on the bed.
I know.
I listen to the birds.
I'd sit laying on the bed, listen to the birds.
Yeah, beautiful.
Having the window open, a little bit of a breeze.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Even I know a couple of people. One person in particular, I won't mention him. Nice lad, but he's obsessed with the weather, and all he talks about the weather. And he says, "Ooh, I reckon it's bad weather tomorrow." I reckon so. And his whole life he talks about the weather, and it just goes to his head. So when he says,
get a job on the news.
When it's been thunderstorms, he comes in and he says in the pub, "Oh, it was terrible yesterday, wasn't it?" I said, "I thought it was great." I said, "I went out for a walk and that, and that lightning and rain.
Yeah,
I love that nature." And he's looking at me, he says, "Are you a lunatic or what?"
What I do, like the lightning, the rain, and I actually like going to the caravan for the rain hitting the roof. When my mum used to have one, my dad used to get their hot dogs and watching the old black and white film for the old portable or something. Yeah, it's good.
That sound of the rain and nature and
Tranquil,
seeing the
isn't it?
greenery, it's priceless, you know, and it costs nothing, doesn't it? Yeah.
Instead of just sitting in the house, just sitting in the bedroom taking drugs like an idiot day and night. Where can you get it next door from? Get him 200 quid off him, borrow money off people you couldn't pay back, and lying to people saying, oh, it's just to pay the bills, or it's just to pay this.
Yeah.
And then you realise now what an absolute load of nonsense.
But it's
But I got out of that hole.
it's good you realise that, and not many people get out of that, you know.
And I was in that hole and I couldn't get out, and I couldn't get out, and then I thought one day, you can get out.
Yeah.
And I got out, and now life's just brilliant.
I mean, that's a miracle to get out, you know, of stuff like that, you know, especially.
Over 2 years, I haven't taken anything for over 2 years, and I don't intend to take anything out
It's
again.
brilliant, isn't it? Because the thing is, it's a worthless, that type of drug is a worthless drug anyway, and it's a nothing.
You have a go, and then you another go.
Yeah.
You spend £1,000 on it, and then you want to spend another thousand. Another thousand, it doesn't do nothing, just makes you paranoid, and you get worse and worse.
Yeah.
But being off it, being like married with Emma and everything, getting off, life's just so good and brilliant, and the days fly. But when you're on that, you're not actually living, you're existing, and you're putting your life at risk, you're putting your family's life at risk, you're not putting food on the table for your kids, and it's horrible.
It's probably not as if you're having a glass of wine or
No.
a joint, even though I don't smoke joints, or it's nothing about it, is it? You know,
No.
if you had £1 billion on that, and you were in the best place in the world, you would be in hell, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You would be in hell. It's that, you know.
The richest man on the planet.
You know, the best food in the world, you wouldn't be bothered or whatever, you know.
You could have everything you wanted, and you were addicted to that. You'd take the crack every time.
Yeah.
That's the addiction.
You know,
there's a sports car. Do you want the sports car? The crack. You take the crack because the addiction's the mental thing. It's a horrible mental thing, but you can break it because I've broke it. Other people have broke it, so don't think there's no way out. There is, but I think God's the best way out. You've got to pray to God and help. And he will help you.
That belief in yourself. I think there's, you know, this crack cocaine, like, I know it's horrible, but I think the thing is, what you should do is replace it and get them all off it and just give them that agasai. I think to sort of mount you on Scotch.
Well, the best thing in the world for me is we Tony Granger that comes and we pray. Brown comes and we talk to Carl, Carl Valley, and really good lad, Carl. And
great lad, isn't he?
Really good.
Great lads, yeah.
And lovely Christians and that. And we're all talking, and I said, we're all brothers, and he was going, go on, Bri, because I'm being poorly.
Yeah.
Coming to see us, they said, the next few days.
Yeah.
But it's great to have them on you, with your back, you know, like as Christians, and we all help each other. One will be down, he'll phone him, and he'll phone him, we phone each other, and you've got that, and God's with you as well. Yeah. But you get, it's infectious because you get addicted to it, because you do. It's a good high you get, like Bram said, and you don't cost nothing.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel great.
Yeah. And even when you learn to do that, when you're on a bit of a downer, you got to train your mind to think this is only for a short period of time, you know, and you bring yourself back out.
I always say, I know people hear me, I say it's a bit like the weather. You sit there, all of a sudden, boom, thunder and lightning. Here's the depression coming, but that thunder and lightning will go just as quick as
it goes and comes, and the sun comes, doesn't it?
That's the same as depression, Kevin.
Yeah, you know? And as I say, to accept all weathers, don't think because it's pissing down with rain, thunderstorm, embrace that, or the bad weather, the snow, whatever, you know, the sun, the wind, everything, you know.
It's like me the last week or so, I've been in agony with the pain because for 14 years I was trapped, the big number I was wrong, and thought it was carpal tunnel, but it wasn't. For all them years it was bad, and starting to get better now. But what's happening now? It's like having a circuit board and it's sending the signals all over. What's it making me abs? But I've lost about 1.5 stone of fat. I've not lost any muscle hardly because I've not been hardly training or anything. I've just been sitting about. But it's given me a rest, and I think what's happening now?
Right there, recovery.
I'm growing through resting.
Yeah.
And I've trained right up to the day before I went in hospital. I'm resting and the muscles recovering.
Yeah,
the body's recovering. But what's hurt? I'm hurting. My feet are hurting a bit, and this is hurting. I thought, I read up it's a good thing because it's proved the nerves are coming back.
Yeah, the nerves are coming back and your muscles are knitting back together. Nerves are starting to fire in all directions, you know what I mean?
Said it's a bit like a circuit board when you start
that's exactly what it is, yeah. It's like a circuit board, and you're starting to illuminate back up again,
He said, what's the most powerful computer in the world? I said, it's your brain, isn't it, Kevin?
Brain, absolutely, yeah. Martin's not like I'm a bloody idiot at times, you know what I mean? A weakness I've got, I don't think there's a weakness, like, but I've had it since I was a kid. And my dad used to say, my son, our Kevin, he's not right in the head, you know, he's a good lad, but he's not right. He attracts idiots. He attracts down and out, but I didn't. I used to feel sorry for them.
Maybe not hitting at me there.
Not in a brag, not in a brag. But not, I was on about strange people, you know, like if anyone knows the karaoke singers down Middlesbrough, Rock and Robin. You know, one and half a man, the two brothers, one's half a man, one's Rock and Robin, and they both thought I was their manager, because I used to get them picked up to go to the bandboxes, and the Winniebanks lads will know this. There was one called Desmondo Domingo. He's probably dead now. He used to sing Buddy Holly. It doesn't matter anymore. There was
like something funny.
One called Bubbles who used to sing Johnny Mathis and bring his own song sheets. And I was that entertaining by him, being idiots in a nice way.
Yeah.
That I brought them to think they were bandbox and karaoke superstars.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm surprised that dickhead Jamie Boyle hasn't wrote a book on one of them by Rock and Robin, you know.
Yeah. So what you've been up to today? Can you think?
I've just been today. I've just been doing a little bit of the boards, you know, for the match tomorrow.
Oh yeah, the little things.
Taking the Scotland sign out. Give Melanie a lift up to.
Do you have a television in there with it on?
Yeah, we've got like 1, 2, 3 or 4 with it on. Yeah, right. But the other night with the Scotland match, it was really good atmosphere, you know.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't get the result they wanted, in one way, if they'd have got the result and they got 3 points and they were on 6, they were through.
Yeah.
But even it makes it more exciting that tomorrow we know, and Scotland know whether they're going to go through or not.
Yeah.
So as far as the pubs are concerned, the pubs should be more busier tomorrow.
Yeah, because both teams.
Because of that.
Yeah. But
tomorrow, I say at half time, we're going to put some Czech food on at half time. You know.
All right.
Yeah.
What's Czech food?
Well, Czech food, bits of garlicky sausage and stuff like that, and cheeses and stuff like that. I was going to put some to dedicate for the people in Artington Road where they're down out. I was going to put some Artington Road food on, but that'd mean me putting bowls of nothing on the table, you know. But I'll go down there and feed them one of these days. Actually, I should have took them a load of haggis. Shouldn't have, the Artington Road lot? Yeah, cool. And I do like them. You know.
Why don't we go to Kevin's pub one day?
We will do that.
When you get sorted,
Get me see like.
You know, talking about COVID, another thing I did, and I double checked this as well a number of times. Most of the lads who were on drugs and lasses who were on drugs at Artington Road, I know quite a lot of them, and I've helped quite a lot of them, not to give them money for drugs, but you know, food and things like that, and stop and talk. Yeah. And quite a while ago, I asked a few of them, have you had any COVID tests? Have you had any COVID tests? Quite a lot hadn't, but a hell of a lot of them had COVID tests. And there's a house there where there's at least 20 or 30 of them congregating in a small area all over last year, summer, the lot.
We drove down here, didn't we?
And not one of them's had a positive COVID test.
Weird that.
No, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Don't tell me that heroin's the antidote.
No. Yeah, so, but no, it's been, it should have been end of lockdown today.
Go down there tonight, there'll be about 3,000 people. You've got a bag, please.
Yeah. Hey, Kev, you said you were going to give us something. Yeah. Where's the haggis, you know?
Yeah.
Where's the haggis?
Yeah.
No,
Paul Kirk, John, talked to you tonight, weren't we?
Yeah, he's a great bloke, John, you know. He's always on the...
That was what his Mrs. said.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it? Yeah.
I thought for me, they were for him.
Yeah. He's coming down in the next few weeks, actually, so he'll probably stay at the pub. We've got him a Scotch room there.
Right.
Tartaned out and that.
Sounds good, mate. I might have that for myself, that one.
We might even get him a William Wallace, so as long as he doesn't take it outside the pub, like.
Yeah.
But Falkirk, John, like you, he's very similar to you in this manner. He will only wear shorts.
Well, he sounds like a Scotsman.
He only wears shorts, you know.
Chop his nails.
Yeah, he's a great lad, yeah. He drank all McGuinness when we were last at the pub, like, but I was pleased to give him it for nothing as well, you know.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I used to like a bit of Guinness. I used to train, not the competition, but train for like to get big and strong. I'd have like a little Mackerson or something.
Mackerson was I did when I was training. Mackerson, that was like a sweet stout, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like I used to have a little bit of lemonade and it was really good.
Yeah, Mackerson with a bit of lemonade.
Iron, isn't it?
Oh, very, very good. That and Guinness, the stout, yeah.
Call it for food, don't they?
Yeah. But yeah, it's Falkirk John's bringing you some eggs down, you know.
Kevin, what's the funniest thing you've ever seen? Someone's asked.
The funniest thing I've ever seen, there's a number of things actually. Some of them I can put on. Some of them I can put on video. I've probably got a top 10 of funny things, you know. Let me think as we're talking, but a number of things. No.
I'm sure Brad tells you all the time. Anyway, but he's lucky as you're looking after him. Oh,
but that's true.
One of the funniest, cheekiest things, I've saw, and funniest at the time, was listening to a police scanner, and it wasn't doing any crime, but listening to a police scanner. And them days, Lima 1, Lima 2, so and so, and we just sat there listening in the house for entertainment purposes. You can get the shipping on it and all sorts. Lima 1, Lima 2, you know, traffic control, armed response here. We've just seen Brian Cockerill. We're going to try and tail him, but from the front of his vehicle, meaning we're going to try and follow you, but hope you would. And he said he seems to be going in our direction. Lima 1, blah, blah, blah. Hey, he's flashing us, Cockerill's flashing us. He's in the Cosworth, he's flashing. Just drive on, drive on. He's right above our tail end. He's pull over, see what he wants. He says, he's getting out the car, Lock your doors, officers. He's knocking on the window, wind the window down. Yeah. What's the problem? And right, what the fuck are you doing speeding? You're doing 60 and a 40 mile an hour. So it was Bride pulling the coppers up the speed.
That was the horse and jockey.
Just speeding.
He said he's only pulled us up for speed.
He's only pulled us up for speed. What should I do? Or just drive off, leave him, ignore him.
You know? It was me and Paddy Watson in that car up there, because Paddy had the scanners.
So that was a funny one. There's lots.
You won't believe what he's done. He's only pulled us up for speed. And then they kept following us, the drug squad, the crime squad, and everything. It was me and Speedy. So one day we said, fuck it, we're going to follow them. So we started following them all over. The next minute, 8 police cars surrounded us. What are you doing? I said, well, it must be their turn. Tig, you're on now. And they just started laughing. Yeah.
Another funny thing, anyone from Winniebanks will know this. There used to be a bloke called Dennis Grayson. Lovely bloke, but he got frightened by some fireworks and went a little bit not all there. And he ended up becoming really untidy, unkempt, scruffy. He was about maybe 60-year-old, used to have a tie around his waist, trousers falling down, dinner all over his face. But we used to befriend him and look after him and let him in the house, give him a breakfast and that. But every day he had this habit of walking over to our house in Winniebanks, just picking the phone up, saying, no, hello, police, it's just Dennis here, Dennis Grayson, just to tell you, I think there's going to be a robbery tonight, and he was dead serious. I think there's going to be a post office job done, actually, I don't think it's Kevin Kilty, because he would know, but if he is, I'll grass him up if it is him. Also, I believe that behind the Cabbage Club, there was a female rape last night, he said, because I found some socks on the ground, and I think they were lady socks. But he was a.
And he used to phone the favour grip, didn't he? Because he set his toes to the light.
Set his toes to the light.
Nine. But you've got to fire me out quick to get there. His toes there, just the black.
Just the black toes. Black. Fire brigade. Did fire brigade come all the time?
He sat with me and Kevin was asking what the Beatles. So I said, what was this about the Beatles? Oh, he said, well, that York and all, I was sleeping with her. He said, John Lennon was getting jealous. He said,
convinced.
This was them serious as
not joking.
He was going, I said, no, yeah. He said, they were devastated. We need a new song. We need a new name for this song. He said, I just looked out the window and I seen these strawberry fields. I said, Strawberry Fields Forever. And that was, he said, I named that song. And I started laughing. He's kicking me, keeping him going. He really, really believed he named that song, Strawberry Fields Forever.
Someone just said, love to hear and Kit about Kev's early stories from Winniebanks, absolute legend he is found here.
Oh, thank you, thanks. But there was some great stories. And going back to Dennis again, a couple of the young lads, not nastily, they thought, oh, we leg his windows. Dennis had just cleaned all these windows, sparkling, really good. First time he cleaned them in about 18 years, and cleaned them. He went in, and the young lads, only about 9 or 10, got eggs and shot a dozen of them at his window. And he come out, opened the door, dead quick, and they ran away laughing. Went back in, he got a plate and a scoop and scooped them off. He said, I'll scramble them fuckers later. And he did.
Somebody said, Simon Page said, great to see you laughing, Brian, and getting better, big man. Yeah. And great to have Kev back on. We've missed it. could you both give us a shout out? It's my birthday, so to Simon Page, can you both
Simon
happy
Page,
birthday?
very happy birthday to you, and have a good day.
And don't drink too much.
And remember, it's the longest day of the year today, you know. Yeah, longest day of the year, longest daylight day of the year, you know. I remember another story we were just telling today about when we had the Astronaut pub, and it was the longest day of the year. And there always was a little bit of sentimentality, you know what I mean? Especially if it's not cloudy, sometimes light till 10:30. And Melody was on the bar, and a couple of the old blokes come in. She was working from 11 till closing time. And they come in 10:10, it's still light. We looked outside. Longest day of the year today, Mel. No, it's not. Another one come in. Hey, Kev, longest day of the year today. Kev, yeah, it is. And shout me up, said, what do they know? It's the longest day of the year for. How do they know? Another one come in. Hey, longest day of the year today, Mel. She said, I'm telling you what, it's not the longest day of the year at all. I've been on this bar since 11 o'clock, and I think it's flew past. It's a true story, but
yeah, people do some bad things, don't they? They do.
Yeah. But yeah, it's great, everyone, to see Bri getting back to normal, and we'll be doing more regular podcasts.
Thank you for all the support out there, and people the hospital, the doctors, everything for helping us, and mainly my wife. And Kevin coming, and Heidi and Bram, and the kids, their family, and just Marty Turner, and
well wishes from all over. And thanks also for the funds, because you've seen Brian's getting some more better.
Yeah, we've got more stuff. Yeah,
shortly you'll be able to, with the extra funds, get some stuff to do outside in some nice places.
Well, the camera we've got at the top is really good. The picture now we can see really clarity. We've got the lights, we've got microphones, we've got all sorts of things now.
Someone said you're looking really well, Brian. I've been following your recovery, you're spurring me on. I had a brain op last year, and it lost the use of my left side, but it's all coming back. Keep it up, big man.
Who's that there, Emma? Who is it?
It's called K-Stap.
Yeah, good.
K-Stap. Well, keep your chin up.
Best wishes, and keep you positive.
Just keep positive, man. When you're feeling down, and you'll have them days. I've had them myself.
But
it will go. Just keep thinking, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better. When you start saying to yourself you're not going to get better, then you get that brainwashing yourself. Well, just keep positive, and you will get there.
I'm just trying to find that lady.
Another quick funny story. There's a lad called Sweetie Peter Armand, do you know him?
Not sure.
Sadly, he won't mind me telling you this, but anyway, he suffers a little bit now with memory loss and whatever, but he's very funny, a good lad, very strong as well, really hard worker. But he's not quite firing on all cylinders, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But we look after him, help him out, good lad. And a number of years ago, about 20 odd years ago or more, he was driving up the road, Norton Road, to turn right on his push bike into Talry. As he was turning right, a United bus, single decker bus, hit him full on, head on, smashed his skull up, really ill, literally died. He was in hospital in a coma for 8 weeks, nearly died. Came out of hospital, dents all in his head, everything.
Yeah.
And the United bus firm sent him a bill for 800 quid for the damage his head done to.
You're joking.
Yeah, to the
somebody last night called Rick Cooper, right? Got in touch with him and said, "Hi Brian, you're so good, mate. Me and my mum watch you every day. My mum loves you. Maureen is 76 and all there. And I love her, Brian. Keep your amazing work up." From little Ricky. So can you say to
little Ricky and Maureen, thanks for watching and thanks for the support, and we hope we make you laugh and make your day.
76.
What an inspiration there. Brilliant.
76-year-old there.
That's crazy, yeah.
Great.
It's great stuff, that. Yeah, so I haven't met some really funny characters. This lad I was on about, Sweetie Petey. I'm going to tell a little bit of a funny story about him. I was going down Manchester, I think it was the warehouses one time. I said, "How are you with us, Pete?" And we were driving down. And as we were driving down, as you pass Weatherby, it'll say, you see big signs just before the service station, all them, tiredness kills. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
Tiredness kills. Then pull over, have a cup of coffee. Yeah. Meaning you don't want to be tired when you're driving. All the way down, I said, "Can you read them, Pete?" He says, "Yeah." And he's looking dead concerning. Tiredness kills. On the way back again, I was going, "Look, tiredness kills." Anyway, as he got out of the car, he looked dead worried. He said, "I'm going to the doctor's tomorrow." And I said, "Oh, all right, Pete, come back." He said, "So what you been?" "I've been to the doctor's." I said, "What for?" He said, "Just to tell him I'm dying." I said, you are? He said, I went to the doctors today and said, doctor, I'm dying. He said, how do you know? He said, I'm tired. The doctor said, what's that got to do with it? He said, well, I've seen 10 signs on the motorway saying tiredness kills. The doctor giving me these heavy duty antidepressants. Yeah, it's a true story, that.
There's one in Redcar that reminds me of the bus in there called Big Bird, and he got run over by a bus outside the Redcar Workingmen's Club. Yeah. But it really did cause him loads of injury and proper brain injury and all that. Anyway, so it went on for years, his claim against him. He had a massive claim because he was really injured. And just as he'd started using his hands and stuff, he was helping the next door neighbour move a table, and the bus depot had the insurance people watching him for all that time. And we're just about to stop watching him. It was about a week before payout, and they got him and they never got a penny. Terrible, that, isn't it?
My same mate Peter, he decided foolishly to buy himself one of them Rev and Go motorbikes. And this is again 15 years ago, and they told him this. He went to Tilson's, and he usually just show you didn't need a license and to Rev and Go. And he went there 3 days on the trot, and they couldn't do it with him, so they just said, "Oh, just take it." So he took it, and he come to our house with the helmet on, and he said, "Have you seen me bike? Have you seen me bike?" Oh yeah. He said, "Everyone knows me. Everyone knows I've got a new bike." I said, "I would have known, Pete." I said, "You've got a crash helmet on." He said, "Oh, they know me. They keep bibbing the on." I said, "Is there any particular movement to it or routine?" He said, "It's usually when I'm near the traffic lights." And I says, "Do you know what colour to stop on?" He says, "I'm not sure." He said, "I don't know." He said, "I just know there's some traffic lights." So he's on red, he's going through and they're all bibbing and he's waving, think they know him, you know.
Everyone knows.
See, I've always been surrounded by idiots. Bry's been the most sanest he is around us, you know. Yeah. I've nearly sent him over the edge a few times.
What's the funniest thing you Brian have done?
Oh, that many.
Just Sean Flaherty, solicitor. Can I ring you later on? And if I'm allowed to tell, I'll tell it in the next episode. The funniest thing. But there's been a number of ones, you know, quite a few of them. One in particular, when very seriously, there was me and Michael Flanagan. I was in the back of the car, Michael in the front, and Bry at the side. You know, 23 stone, then Bry in the window down. And we're going down a big roundabout. And a big Arctic come on the inside, and it was literally a foot or two away from us, and Michael was trying to get over towards the other side of the roundabout. There's no room, and Bryce said, "Don't worry," he said, "I'll just push it out the way if it comes over." You remember that?
Yeah. Down Manchester.
Yeah, a few times, wasn't there? Yeah, some great stories.
We used to have some good times in the gym and all.
Yeah, and the gyms were knockout, you know, when you know, say Bry with his leg press, or someone would be doing a really, or what they thought was heavy bench, and we tried to get one rep out there like 250, 300, and Brian go over and say, "Can I join in a minute, mate?" Yeah. What you doing? Are you doing triceps? Barbell curls, and Brian get in. You know? People actually used to stop training when Brian went in the gym.
Yeah.
But they used to go when he was in the gym. So if they knew he went to the Arm Fitness World at Bill Boyd's at 6 o'clock, it would be chock-a-block, but no one was training, but they'd be on a machine, sneakily looking at Bry, you know, and wanting to see him, because the strength was unbelievable, and the crack with Bry Flaherty was unbelievable.
Bill Boyd, he was funny.
Yeah. Bill Boyd loved Bry. He idolised him. Yeah. Idolised him. Yeah. In fact, I'll tell you how much Bill Boyd liked Bry, because Bill Boyd's dead now, God bless him. But he used to have long arms and very short pockets where he didn't like to spend any money. But he once actually bought Bry a cup of coffee. Yeah. Didn't he? Remember that? Yeah. And then what he did is ask me to pay for it.
He took me to Mr. England in Caterham, Newcastle, like that. And Donny Yates was there. He was thinking, but he was big. Anyway, big table, about 12 as that, and he shook my hand. I never got to speak to him. And then when he got on stage, unbelievable. He did a lat spread, and you couldn't see through his arms. His calves were just unbelievable. Lovely lad, like.
Everything just
unbelievable.
Skin condition, colour, perfect.
Called him the shadow, because he come behind you as the shadow. And he used to say that about me. You and Bride come because the sun used to get blocked out.
I took the clips of the sun every day, 5 times a day when you keep walking down Winnie Banks. You know what
I mean? I remember doing triceps. Somebody was benching 400 pounds, which is a lot. Marty, who's another one I trained with him. I was doing 350 pound tricep press. Yeah, doing triceps. Yeah. Then another one was doing 300-pound deadlift. I said, "Are you finished?" And yeah, and I got it. I started curling it with a 40 kg curl, going, "Kevin, what time we got that thing? I'll do it. Just take the piss."
As if he was warming up with it, but you know.
And I tell you, used to go mad with Paul Epstein. He said, "Brian, you've got every 20 and every 25 key plate in the gym on the leg press, and you've got Mark Johnson sitting on with a 50 key dumbbell, Ali Johnson with a 50 key dumbbell, Kev Kilty, such and such." He said, "You've got anyway." Paul used to sit there. He said it was that. Everyone used to be cheering me on, didn't in the gym.
Some of them bars are still in the back of Denny's behind the sauna. What you've bent that much, you know.
Yeah. Still there?
Yeah, still there. Yeah.
A
lad went in a couple of years back and said, "Who's bent them bars? You together?" I said, "No, Black."
Yeah. we were at a place when we as Conley and the lad said, "I bet was it Ray the other week who was going to fix the car."
What was he called?
He said, "Oh, I remember when you used to be squatting 700 pounds like 30 odd years ago. No one was even doing it in the world."
Got the book on it,
I can't remember his name now. From Redcar.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, he was there.
I tell you, who's been putting a few good posts on. I totally agree with him. Some of the fools, and I call them fools, who train and should know much more about health. The oddballs have disagreed with him. But Eddie Elwood's put some great posts on about this COVID and medicine and facts of where people are running scared. And it's good to reassure people it's not as damaging as you think. Yeah, we want rid of it and all that and back to normal. But you see some kids there out today, and the kids are walking outdoors this weather with masks on alone from school. Them kids are going to be in fear for illness the rest of their lives.
Well, they said that you needed the vaccination. They were saying to people, if you want to go on holiday, then we found out the other week off Max Steel, didn't we, that 2 American airlines had refused to take you on if you had the jab. Now Spanish and Russian airlines are refusing to take people on if they've had it. So I
don't listen to none of it. I just get on with my life. I don't listen to it. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. At the end of the day, it's just one of them things. It's just like swine flu was going to kill us all. The Red Death, the Black, the Plague.
You've got to, you know.
There's always
people.
There's always something going to come a virus.
What's your views on the vaccine? They're saying.
I don't know. Really, tell you. I don't think
we're not having it, are we?
I'll tell you, Matt.
We've had the COVID. Yeah. And I think it's just a really strong flu virus. I don't think you need the vaccine. I think the vaccine's just. We got told by a lad who makes it. It's £800 to have the vaccine, £400 for each shot. It doesn't cost that much to make. So these pharmaceutical companies are the richest people in the world, and these geneticists can change it. You don't need it.
Someone's making trillions and trillions and trillions of pounds out of it, and they're also scaring people. If the vaccine works that much, I know at least 4 people who've had a double dose of the vaccine and retested for COVID. Yeah. I think most people, unless you're seriously ill, their own defences will fight that body. And what you've got to say, regardless of what, nobody knows what the side effects of that vaccine is.
No, because it doesn't.
Immediate ones, some people have been ill.
Well, people have
died on it. I know one person who the only side effect he had of that vaccine was sudden death.
Yeah, I know a few people who've had it. And you know what they can't do? They can't lift their arm up the shoulder. They're frozen. And they went in, they said there's about 20 people gone now in the arm, and they can't lift their arm past the can't get over. He said it might be like that forever. So you can't sue them because it's a trial. I know, you can't sue them for it.
If it's that good, why hasn't lockdown ended totally today?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're just trying to push it further, and with young
and all that. Now it's all been a mess up. Even Facebook covering it up and all that, haven't they?
And I think this Matt Hancock, who doesn't have a clue about medicine, he'd been given contracts with other things to his family worth millions of pounds. I think he should be jailed. I really do think he should be jailed, no matter what.
We don't know what they're talking about. I mean, your body has been here hundreds of thousands of years. We've been here on this planet. We've beat all the red deaths, the AIDS, all the other thing. Our immune system, the white blood cells build up. Once you build them white cells up, it gets rid of it. Once you get a cold, you don't get the same cold back again. So I don't know what they're on about.
Have faith in the human body.
Our mum never had 6 kids. She had 6 kids, and she never had one of us vaccinated against measles, mumps, or what's it called, chicken pox or anything like that. And we've never had one injection. The worst thing I ever got was whooping cough. Never had nothing wrong with me.
I mean, don't get me wrong, people have got it, people have died.
People have got it, and people have died.
90% of them are old people.
Well, a lot of them are older.
And did you know this? And most people who've got had it have died, haven't had vitamin D in the body.
Yeah,
it's a lack of vitamin D.
Yeah.
It's one of the main things.
L71, hello, Kev.
Hello,
Thank you for the wishes about my dad.
You're
As
welcome.
did Brian, and his ashes are at his birthplace in their car.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on about this last night. You're gonna go and take some
flowers there.
Flowers.
Yeah.
If you let us know, was it on the beach or something?
Just whereabouts.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
We just talked about that last night.
Yeah. Brilliant stuff. That,
But don't sit worrying about viruses and making yourself.
Yeah, you make yourself ill if you.
If this could happen, if that could happen, this could happen, that could happen. You know,
I mean, when they make these statistics, Brian, another thing that really does annoy me to a certain extent is say, and it's the news, the main news will say, 2 people have died today who've died within 28 days of having the virus. What's all that about? Yeah. So it's like me having a headache now.
Yeah.
And I got rid of the headache, but in 3 weeks time, I have a heart attack. And they say, he's died because of the headache. Open up your mind.
You're right honest. A lot of people are really intelligent, and a lot of people who are like billionaires and that don't watch the news.
Yeah,
it drags you down and it makes you depressed. A kid's been raped today, a man's been stabbed, somebody's been shot. And I don't listen to it because that's what's made up to let people want to. Same as newspapers, they don't read them. No, I'm not interested.
I think if it allows people to be more clean with the hygiene, like washing their hands and that's always a good thing, the gels, but to have all these masks on, walking the street, kids and that, and then all these royals at Ascot, cuddling together, one rule for one, not for the other, you know. Give us our freedom, let us back out.
I think it was as bad as to catch it. We'd have had a lot more, because you've got to remember when the virus starts, it's at its strongest. Why would you wear a mask a year later when the virus has been out from day one? It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, you should have had the mask from day one.
Yeah, you could agree. Yeah. But look after your own health. Take some nice vitamins, eat some good foods, get plenty of stuff down.
I think the human body's a marvellous thing, isn't it? And I think it was. I think the immune system and all that was created. And it's like a machinery inside, isn't it, how it works? And I think when you start getting vaccines injected into you and putting the actual disease into you and stuff like that, your immune system can fight it off. God created us like that, didn't he?
I mean, how did people live years ago? I mean, we were just talking about the Wallace years and that, walking from Scotland, didn't have a map or a field or a road or anything to York, taking weeks to get there, killing people in all sorts of weather. They didn't have a pillow to sleep on and out, We are lucky today, very, very lucky, embrace it.
Yeah.
Cherish your lives, don't live in fear, thinking, I seen an old woman the other day, God bless her. I was in Lidl, I turned the corner and she body swept me quicker than Ronaldo would. But unfortunately, he fell into a can of beans, a set of beans I had to grab hold of her. All because she didn't want to go and eat me.
Oh, because of that.
No. We had a mask on as well, but,
Well, I walked into the bank. The woman said, "Who would have thought in a million years Brian Cockerill could walk into Barclays Bank without the armed response arresting him with a mask on?"
With a mask on, yeah.
He's seen this and all.
Another thing I'd like to thank my kids yesterday. I got, as you can imagine, Father's Day cards off them and all that and what have you. And I had a bit of good crack with them. And Heidi sent a little one, says, this song reminds Bram of you, Kev. And one of them, we was saying Harry Brown, the old film where the old bloke goes killing all the arseholes. Yeah. And the other one was my daddy was a bank robber.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, I was never a bank robber. I always wanted to work.
May have been in the post office.
I always wanted to work for the post office, mind. I was always after the post office employment.
I was wondering why they never used to give you a gyro on the post office.
Not a bank robber, no chance. Yeah. I hope everyone had a good Father's Day yesterday. Yeah. And all the mothers who were on their own, bringing up kids, and all the fathers who were on their own, bringing up kids. I think Father's Day.
All the people are on their own, bringing up themselves.
Yeah, bringing up themselves. Yeah, me included. I'm bringing up myself every day.
You've just got to take life by the horns and live every day as if it was your last day, because one day it will be.
Yeah.
And you moan about living young, but I don't myself. But at the end of the day, life's left living.
Yeah.
It's not what's sitting. What's going to happen? I might not be able to pay this. My car. It's just a house. It's just a car. It's just material. It's just a computer. It's just a phone. Doesn't mean nothing. Your health means more than anything. If you've got your health and your mind, you can do anything.
Yeah, watch some good films. I watched another film just on my own at the end of the night the other night, and I've watched it a number of times. It's Clint Eastwood in The Line of Fire, where he's the president's bodyguard.
Yeah.
And the bloke who's the C10 man, is that what they call him?
John Malkovich.
C10 man, the wet boy. He plays a great part in him, you know.
Yeah.
And the funniest part I like the film is where he's got this gun which is made of whatever,
stuff, yeah.
and he's at the pond, and them two shooters come over saying, "What's that?" And they say, "Can you have a go of it?" And then shoots a duck.
Yeah.
And then they said, "Yeah, it's nice that you. What have you got it for?" And dead seriously says, well, "I'm going to kill the president."
Yeah.
"What do you want to do with that, boy?" And he says, "What did you kill them ducks for, arsehole?"
Yeah.
Dead seriously, and he sits down looking at the water. Don't be doing that, like. But I'm just saying it was a good film, and I want to watch. I want to watch just for a really good laugh again. Billy Liar, the black and white.
We know someone.
Yeah, I know. Billy Liar.
I phoned you up and I said, "You won't believe this."
Same time as I said.
And he phoned up me and he went, "I'm not going to say." I said, "Billy Liar." And
Billy Liar, he knew what I was saying.
And I was going, and everything in it, he wanted to be an author.
Yeah.
He pretended to be an author. He was working at a graveyard, but like undertakers.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got my manuscript. I'm coming to London. Yes, I'm putting. He was talking to no one on the phone. Yes, I will be there. I've got the manuscript. Yes, I've written a story about him. Yes, we'll do a movie. Yes, I can do that. Yes, he's on the phone to the army. Yes, I'm in the army, an army officer. Yes, we'll march down there. Yes, I've been trained by the army.
In the band, in the marching
band.
band.
In the band. He's like, yeah, yes, I can drive a bus. I'm coming to the bus.
And he's
there with the slap.
His end outcome is he wants to go to London on the train and takes his girlfriend.
And guess
and
what?
then his bottle goes and he gets up to get a carton of milk.
And guess what? The one we're on about down there now.
Yeah, Billy Boyle. Billy Liar. Billy Liar Boyle.
Oh my God.
I tell you what, when that came on that night, it's about 2 o'clock on it. And we
Unbelievable.
started watching it with just started half an hour. It's absolute just.
I said, this is just take the PISS because this is him to a T, you know.
It wants to be this,
Wants to be everything.
Wants to be in the marching band, you know.
He's a soldier, pretend to be a policeman.
Likes to be near little kids, you know. Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable.
Shocking, isn't it? Yeah.
The story. Billy Liar. We believe that was when Marty was a good one.
Do you remember he got
bullshit?
Yeah.
He got engaged to one girl, he was engaged to another girl, he got the ringing picture up there, just lying to every money about everything. It's him. You've got to watch it.
It's him.
And then where did he get a job?
It's in the Undertakers. Then he pretended he was going to be an author.
Then he was didn't he pinch all the mail or something?
Yeah, he's pinching all something to do with the mail, didn't he, out the post office or something. He was trying to get rid of it. Oh yeah. Absolutely. It's him in it.
That is him.
It is. You'd think it would be him. He even looks like him actually.
Yeah, it looks like him. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, she was going, this is, we couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
We were on the bed watching it.
Watch it.
Watch Billy Liar.
Tom Courtney. You watch it. It's black and white film. It's hilarious.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Man, at least train in the end to get a pint of milk, didn't he?
Yeah.
He didn't get back on. He's pulling Gelb and going.
Everything was in it. You'd think it was written a script for him. Yeah.
On the other serious note as well, again, I'd just like to mention how good Bry's recovery starting to go, because a few weeks ago, I'll be honest with you, I thought, you know, and when he said the doctor said,
what did you think, Kevin, when you first seen him first Friday?
Well, when he was walking, he was shaking like Muhammad Ali was, you know, and then when he said the doctor said it could be a few years, I hoped for the best but feared the worst.
What did you think?
But I always thought he'd pull through it.
Did you?
Superman never tells that. I always knew he would get there. I had faith. But then when you visually see him today, I thought it would be a lot more weeks, a lot more sat here was having a laugh. Then,
I had to improve for the people out there because everyone's going mad. Where's Kevin at? Where's Kevin at? I'm getting the blame because I'm bad. Kevin's getting off with it. He's having the tea all the time in the pub, eating haggis and with the Scots and the English. And I'm sat there on this hospital bed, agony with my neck, but the pain, you've got to just go through it. And then you know you're going to get better. But the good thing is Matty Chen has been, and I can feel my hand and my arm now for the first time in 14 years in my hand. That was a little bit numb. I could still feel it. I feel my face. Couldn't feel my face. All my nerves were all crushed. When we had, like I say, the 5 vertebrae were all crushed, so they've sorted them out. put the spinal column right as well. But they did nick my spinal thingy. We found out, didn't we?
Yeah, you were saying that sounded really concerning.
A dual tear under C5.
Which we didn't know.
It's an emergency. They had to do it.
It's only 1 in a 500 operation. It's actually a very small thing, isn't it? What happened, but it's a serious thing. So they had to actually glue the tendon, I think, wasn't it? And then put some type of glue and sutures in it. I mean, so that's why it took 7 hours to do the operation.
It's a risk of sudden death and paralysation, isn't it? You know, and I think obviously with them first few weeks when you were in this intense pain and disabled to a big extent.
Well, I couldn't lift my hand up. I couldn't lift my hand up. I couldn't move my neck. It was just completely gone. I'm moving it now. I'm moving about. I'm getting up, so I'm definitely getting there. But this hand's still really bad. About 75% bad. This one's about 80% better now. I couldn't move it at all, so it's getting there. So
I think it's reassuring and therapy for anyone else watching. Even if you're ill with any form of illnesses or diseases, you know how much your mind can be a positive thing. It doesn't have to be positive all the time. Yeah, you're going to feel down and maybe tearful sometimes. But look at how you're going to get better.
I was lucky. I had because I said one day, I feel like effing killing myself. I said, I'm going to kill myself. So, well, how are you going to kill yourself? I'll just get a knife out the kitchen and cut my wrist. He said, well, how are you going to get there? You can't walk and your hands are paralysed. So it made me laugh.
So that humour made him laugh.
I've had enough. He said, I'm going to kill myself. So he said, just pass me all the morphine. So I said, no, I'm not. So he said, that's all right. I'll just do it myself. So take coffee. And then I went, how are you going to do that, Brian? And he said, I'll go get a knife. And I said, do what with it? He said, slip me on foot. I said, well, how are we going to get a knife? He said, and I went, you can't go get one, can you?
You can't walk and your hands are paralysed.
Well, it must be frustrating.
It ends up being
what it was is having to sit there and watch you there doing everything, and it gets you upset because I've got a bit of OCD in a good way. I like to have everything perfect. I'll make my beds, do this, do that, do my hair right every day. I do everything. I always help there, do things. I haven't been able to help there, but I made the bed yesterday and today, and that's all.
Yeah. That's good.
I'm getting ready myself. The carers came on, give me a shave. I'll push my own teeth.
But it's good if you know, this type of thing you were doing now can uplift other people.
Yeah,
even people who aren't ill, people who are ill, people who aren't ill, who just might have a bad day.
Maybe people a bit of a brother.
Yeah.
And you have house as a mess. Just think, well, I'm going to get a carry bag with the rubbish today. Next day, another little bit. Just do a little. Get a so you got 50 jobs. Put the 50 jobs in there. Just do 1 or 2 jobs. So 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Next day, after 20 odd days, you've done
visually look a lot better and you feel a lot better.
Great.
You know,
but you're still not 100% with the pain, are you? You're still in a lot of pain. He's still got a problem with the right hand, haven't you?
Yeah, right hand terrible still. Yeah, so, I'm nowhere near better, but
he can't answer you a lot. On the YouTube, on the messages like he used to. He isn't ignoring you.
I picked that phone up, I just dropped
it. He can't pick the phone up.
So anyone trying to phone, you're not.
Or anyone messaging on YouTube underneath the videos asking questions, he just can't answer, so he can't even switch the TV remote over.
I feel a bit awful because you know, guys, everything you ask me on my YouTube channel, I always answer you. And no matter what time it is, I'll answer every single person. And the last month, just over a month, I haven't been able to do it because of the illness I've got. So when my hand comes back, I'll be able to answer you. But I can't answer the phone either. My wife has to answer it and put it on my chest and lay it on the bed.
But feel free
the hand that's moving, he can move it, but it's not like he can grip anything, so he can't grip anything or pick things up. He's managing to pick a glass up and drink himself out of straw, and you can pick a spoon up and eat the food.
I had a Weetabix this morning. I ate
on his own,
most of it, and she has to help me.
But so it's just but he's still working hard. You know what I mean?
It's really hard work.
But the improvement from the other week.
But sometimes you can do a little bit too much. You can hurt yourself and go back over the other week.
Yeah,
I did make 700 steps, and I was bad for 3 days. I'm just doing little.
Just do it steady.
I walked to the sunbed. I went on a sunbed standing 8 minutes yesterday, and today I did 10 because get the heat in. That's good for your body as well. It's the vitamin D. So, but what I struggle more than anything is when the nerves not working properly. I'm freezing cold, Kevin. You're like being in a freezer.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm freezing, and she's sweating. I'm like, Ryan, you've got 7 blankets on.
That's your nerves not firing to give it full, you know, that'll come back. So last night I had something to eat.
As you know, when you eat it, it heats up, doesn't it? And I went to bed, I was boiling up, but I went to bed, and I'd say I must have put my head down about 3 minutes, I was asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyone who is trying to get in touch with Brian, he obviously can't answer. You're welcome to feel free to add me on the Facebook, and I'll certainly, if it's not immediately, get back to you. And
that's how I can answer you. Emma can answer you.
The other thing I was going to ask you, and it's not to self-promote them, but I've heard very, very, very good things about these people, is Shabanese food.
Oh, unbelievable. We've just been on about that. I just told Mike I'm going to take him there on the 24th for a
I don't meet as a meet.
I've heard massive good reports about
Flames
Lounge.
Shab, Marvin, Timmy, Babe, they're absolutely fantastic.
I've heard the parmesans are the best things.
There's none better than
You can get a steak one now from there. Steak parmesan, and it's parmesan, but it's got steak on top.
The food is just exquisite. The starters, everything about it.
Absolutely beautiful.
Great lads,
you go in the kitchen, everything's immaculate.
They sent us one up, didn't they, last week?
Everything in that place is immaculate. Spotless. The people are lovely.
So any use takeaway people, give it a try, you know, because some of these takeaways just knock them up very quick. I actually got I won't name where from, but I said, have you got any fresh chicken? I got a parmo there from this place, not far from our pub the other week, and the fucking chicken was still clucking. 2 eggs came out there.
I went to the fish shop the other day with Marty and I got fish and chips. I said, is this fish fresh? She said, why? I said, after chips.
Everyone's glad that Kevin's back.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be back. I'm back. At least minimum on a week. Now, you know.
Said you like a boost of it.
Enjoy it. It's good therapy for us as well. And afterwards as well, it's good.
It's good when you're getting people like 76-year-old lady coming on there, looking forward to it, and
I know.
You watch it every week. It's fantastic.
But I've noticed what I have had after this, and for a number of months after these podcasts, even before it, a photo comes with a girl who's nearly topless and all done up, and send me a friend's request. And saying so I just replied back and said, how's things, Jamie? Are you still all right?
Yeah.
And the last one I keep saying, Jamie, you cut your fucking hair. Because I call them all Jamie, but they're not. But I know some of them are him, you know what I mean? Definitely.
Yeah, it's the same MO every time. He's in London now doing 60 videos apparently.
Yeah, 60 himself.
Videos,
yeah. Okay.
60 videos, and none of the gyms will let him in.
Yeah, but this will be good therapy for you, Brian, as well, knowing everyone's asking about you and concerned about you, and you know,
Well, I got the comment the other week. What did it say, love? For me, Martin, we know it was from. I won't say his name, but we know it was him. About a red card waiting for what?
Oh, right. So Marty and Brian did a video on here, and it was Brian was in his wheelchair because it was last week. And it was Marty had his oxygen on, and Marty's like nearly 76-year-old. He has trained a world champion, Cornelius Carr and stuff. So Brian said, "Oh, this is Marty," and they were both at the beach having a lovely time. And I videoed them, and they went boxing trainers started laughing at Marty Turner and said he couldn't box chips, right? And then they said, "Look at them, look at the pair of them." Brian and Marty, both of them sat in Heaven's waiting room. Well, absolutely disgusting.
How can anyone bother Jamie Boyle knowing it's him?
Well, Dirty Del Boy's just been on, and I've just said to Simon, get him off. That was who did it.
Knowing it was him, but knowing what a superhuman and nice man this man was. But that boxing coach, he trained Cornelius Carr to fight world champion Steve Collins, who went the distance with him.
Yeah.
What a bum you are.
What Steve Collins said. He's the hardest hitting man I've ever come across my life. World champion.
So I said, "What's his space?" Evan's waiting room. So when he's come on tonight and he tried to ask a normal question to Bri, I knew it was Jamie, so I just said, I thought you thought Bri was in Heaven's waiting room last week with Marty. Do you know what I mean? And I just told Simon.
She said last night about the boxing, about Lee. Absolute nonsense. And he had somebody from Hartlepool saying he worked on the Massam. The pub was called the Masham, and Lee never worked on that pub until later on, and worked in a different pub. And he was saying, Lee Duffy was ranked #1 in the world at 16-year-old. And Marty said, how can you be ranked #1 in the world when Lee didn't even get his boxing certificate because he couldn't get it because of asthma?
Yeah.
And he went 14 when he went. He was disappointed because he wanted to box. But you can't be ranked unless you've had a fight.
Yeah, unless you have a
and they were
fight.
saying Lee Duffy was ranked #1 in the world, and boxing, which Lee would just say was nonsense if he was anyway. But making stories up about a dead man again, just to
terrible,
and pretending that Viv Graham contacted him to go up to the prison to tell him off, and he said, "You behave yourself, you Lee Duffy."
It didn't happen.
No, but we know the truth. To know, but what happened is, Key went missing. Little Evo was there, our friend from South Bank, and a few other lads from Middlesbrough. And Viv Graham used to run the jail then after he had the fight with Stewie Watson. He was in jail, and they come down and said, "You Middlesbrough lot." He said, "Where's the key?" So the young kid had the key, swallowed it. It was the key to one of the prison doors. So anyway, he went in Laurie Duffy's, which is Lee Duffy's brother, and said, "Yo, Duffy," he said, "Where's the key?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "Right, I'm taking this loaf of bread off you. Tax him." He said, "You taxed." So lo and behold, he didn't know that Lee was coming to see Laurie. So on that day on the visit, he come to see him. He said, "What's the matter, Laurie?" He said, "I got that Viv Graham." He said, "Who the fuck's Viv Graham?" He said, "Him over there." So Lee, Evo said, a couple of kids who were in the jail club, he said he just threw the table apart, walked over the screws, just put their heads away from Lee, and he went right into Viv Graham's face and stared at him, and went, "You," like that type of thing. What? Okay, so the story they're telling last night never even existed. Absolute rubbish. I was in jail with Viv Graham, but I was only in a week, and he was on the same wing as me, but he was at the other part of me. So he was never ever
Carol,
got a visit.
who knows Lee better than anyone.
Exactly what we said.
We've never heard of any of it. Absolute garbage.
Absolute rubbish.
Just madness, isn't it?
Stories made up.
Just poor Marty Turner's book. Pitch took out of it to make his Tale of Pugilism book, and then added stories about Lee that Marty didn't even put in his book.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And now he's down London doing 60 videos at the gym, and he said he's got the Peacock gym, and the Peacock gym shut down. So he didn't got a clue what he's talking about. So he's gone down there with the camera crew, but he's stood with his own little camera, taking a minute pictures because we've done hundreds. He's trying to copy us now, and he's saying that. Here I am at the such and such, but it's closed. It's closed because they threw you out the other week when you went a month ago. They won't let you in.
Yeah, he's
not
anybody.
Film inside the Repton.
No, you can't film inside the Repton. Go and try and film inside what you've been saying you're going to do for the last 3 months. You can't because they won't let you in.
Yeah.
They blocked him all over London.
He said he's going to phone Gary and get film inside this week. He won't
everyone despises him. And anyone who doesn't should realise what he is and kick him into touch.
It's just horrible what he's doing to people, ripping people off. And he even did it to the other box. What was the other one? John L. Gardner's, didn't he?
Yeah.
John L. Gardner's book, he ripped him off, we found out the other day as well. He had to take the book off him, ripping him off. So they've done it to everyone, really. But we're at court on the 13th. Marty says, we can't wait to see you in court as well. Gave me the bullshitter.
Marty calls
it. Gave me the bullshitter. And never calls anyone Marty, but he hasn't. He's waiting for the court date. It's going to be soon, and mine's already there. We've got the trial on the 13th of July. I can't wait to go. Can't wait. Speak to the solicitors here, looking really good, and the barrister. Marvellous. Just when you lie and you keep lying and lying, especially when you're lying to judges and people like that and making stories up. It's good, Kevin. There's your friend.
And the solicitor,
I've got 2 barrister friends and 3 solicitor friends. You can't con them judges.
I know a judge. I mean, one of the judges who I know, Judge Peter Armstrong. He represented me on my first ever case when I 18-year-old.
Didn't you?
Strong sentenced me. I know Barry Stewart very well.
No, that was our game, Kevin. I've been up for everything.
You knew him very well, didn't you?
Lovely man, Barry Stewart. When you blagging things, making stories up, people see through it and think that never happened. He wasn't there, and he wasn't there, and she wasn't there. I'd be embarrassed to make something up. I'd make a story with it that never existed. But it's going to come back.
Years ago, if this had been years ago, and it's not because people have passed it or anything like that, if this had been years ago, he'd have been took away and he wouldn't have been seen again, And not by one person or 2 persons. They'd have been queuing up to do it because he's a disgrace.
Ripping people off all the time. It's terrible.
Some of the things he's saying about what he do to dwarves and things like that.
And donkeys. That was disgusting. He's sending pornographic images on the thing. And it's him sending it to everyone, even Teddy Nicholas and that the other week. He's getting all these stupid porn things signed, and Simon Ambrose are the same. Everyone you talk to has got anyone who says anything about him gets all the stuff. And he's Dirty Del Boy to come on again tonight. So Well, we're not bothered because
Yeah,
the
it's just
people
that,
believe in
yeah.
us because we tell the truth. I don't make stories up. I don't walk around lying. But Lee Duffy wasn't ranked #1 in Britain because Lee never ever got a boxing license, and he never had an amateur fight because he couldn't get one because the doctor wouldn't give him the license because the lad was unfit for the license because of his asthma. So he was never ranked #1. That was all just made up last night. That what was on the YouTube about him. So leave Lee Duffy rest in peace.
Yeah, they should leave the lad rest in peace now, and more so leave his family and loved ones rest in peace. Because one thing's for sure, if he was alive today, he would hunt him down and punch him every time he seen him. Very heavily. Horrible.
I mean, another kid from Eston, he tried to get a story off of me. He said, I don't like you, and Lee wouldn't have liked you. And Lee Duffy would have battered you every time he seen you. Can't stand little snitches like you, little grass.
Sam just said, I don't mind people sending me porn, but it has to be a woman, not men like that. So
yeah, he's sending him like disgusting. I won't even mention it. But yeah, I just hope everyone has a nice evening.
Yeah,
thank you very much for Kevin coming.
And we'll come back maybe it's at the weekend, I think, and. Yeah, so if any of you want to keep in touch with Brian, you can't get in touch with him. Feel free to add me, and Emma will reply and that. And but yeah,
remember, Jesus is real.
Yeah,
God, you pray to him, we will help you. And I'd just like to say thanks to everyone out there for listening to us tonight, and to Emma and Kevin and Scrappy Doo for being here.
Have a great night and a great life and peaceful, and don't overthink too much. You know, don't overthink unless it's good thoughts. You know.
Okay, guys, thanks very much.
Thanks very much, everyone. Good night. God bless.
Can you do it with Cat?
If he shows you what to do, because I haven't got really a clue.
Okay, one up there. He's doing it.